I say that there's highs and lows in this job, and there were some highs and lows tonight. I really was looking forward to seeing how my team would respond with a little bit of success. And let's get this straight, because I get sick of people acting like we've accomplished something because we win a game against a good team. Big deal. You know, big deal. We didn't shoot it very well in that game. We played well enough to win the game. That was it. But I wanted to see how we'd start out. I thought we started out, they missed some shots, but I thought we started out phenomenal. Defense was great. We were checking, we were rebounding, we were running. We were missing some shots and missing some damn free throws. But I thought, you know, the energy, the effort was there all the way through till halftime. What happened at halftime? I did a poor job of getting my team ready to play the second half. And we came out, and I had three key guys, and all of them had good games for you, for their fans, for their mommies, for their daddies, for their agents, for everybody else. They didn't have good games for me. Jeremy Fears played the best. He did everything I asked him to do. It wasn't the threes he made at the end, had zero to do with how he played. But he played with some passion. He played, we got fat and sassy at halftime. And for two seniors and a junior to get fat and sassy, that tells me that we're not where we need to be, which is the good thing. So our fans won't be fooled. The media won't be fooled, because we won one damn game. So I thought defensively we were phenomenal the first half. I thought rebounding the ball we were good. When you have a guy get 18 points and 17, or 18 rebounds and 17 points, that's good. When you have another one get 17 points and 7 rebounds, it's good. If anybody wants to come up and watch the film with me till 4 in the morning tonight, I'll show you where it wasn't very good. And that was disappointing. So the free throw shooting, you know, I'll have a million fans tell me how to do it, give them more confidence. Ain't happening. And give them more work is what's going to happen. And starting tomorrow morning at 7:30, they'll be working. They're going to be working on free throw shooting. I told them a story about Bryn Forbes. Some of you media people probably know it. You know, he shot so much that we had to tape his fingers because he had blisters on the end of his fingers from the ball. Maybe somebody that's, we're gonna try to reenact that. It's a shame. Coop's been shooting well from the line. Cohen's been shooting well for the line. We didn't shoot very well from the line. So I'm not going to say any more about it. I'll answer your questions, but please don't give fans a negative perspective or a positive perspective on things when it's too young and too early to tell where this team is. If we don't shoot the ball better from the line and the three, you can only rely on your defense so long. That's one. And two, if we're going to be up and down like that in the second half, and I feel bad because I think Tim Miles got a bum deal at Nebraska. I thought he was a damn good coach. I thought he did a hell of a job there. I think he's a real good coach, in fact. And he proved it tonight because his team was down 20-some at halftime, and he did a much better job than I did getting his players ready to play the second half. So I don't want to take anything away from them, but I just want to make sure you know I'm not happy with how we played. Go ahead.
Tom, I heard you loud and clear. You don't want to go into that. You must have gotten to my notes because my question was going to be about the effort as well as the execution. So I guess, has your experience shown you that these are the games you got to watch out for? Not a trap game, but it could be something.
I wrote on my, I wish you could have saw my keys for the game tonight, because that's all everybody talks about is trap game. I'm getting called from everywhere. You got Arkansas, you got Kentucky. It's a trap game. It's a trap game if you're not a winner. It's a trap game if your goals are so minute that you don't have bigger goals for the team and your own individual play. Then it's a trap game. I don't ever want to use the word trap game because we didn't have a game and then 2 days later have another game. You know, the one thing KP did is a great job in scheduling. We had some time between each game, time to get ready, time to watch film, time to show them what they do, time to show them what we did wrong, and give our team credit, give our staff credit. did a hell of a job the first half, and then they can't sustain it. So I am questioning our leaders, and I'm questioning the coach. So the coach got to do better, and the leaders got to do better. So we're all leaders. I'm the leader as a coach. They're the leader as players. There'll be many meetings tomorrow to straighten out what happened and why we came out the second half so inept.
Tom, I'm wondering about that in particular, the leadership group and the guys that you have, because it feels like the last week or so, even since that Arkansas game, you've been very demanding of them. Do you feel that this is a group that can handle that maybe better?
What do you want me to do?
Than some?
What do you want me to do? Hug and kiss them? Want me to, guys, you're doing all right? No, it's not my style. So when you say I'm being demanding of them, what the hell are you supposed to be doing? You know, we got guys that want to play at the next level. We got guys that want to win championships. We want guys that want to get better every day. Wanting to and doing it are two different things. So I think a couple guys, you know, we're going to see. I promise you something. That free throw shooting thing is going to change. It's going to change. And I'll have a lot of people mad at me because it's going to change. Yeah.
Tom, I was wondering about 25 assists on 28 made baskets. Cohen has 5 assists himself. I think that's a career high. Just what you thought of moving the ball in the half court and kind of that advantage where versus them being more of a one-on-one type of.
God, I love you guys. I'm ticked off, and you're finding positives. This is a reverse. This is different than normal, isn't it? There were some, and I appreciate you asking that. The positives were we out rebounding by 20. The positives are we had, 25 assists on 28 baskets. That's a big positive. The positive, to be honest with you, we got to the free throw line 25 times. That's a positive. The positive is we only had 9 turnovers. There were a bunch of positive. The positive, I had 2 guys. I mean, I don't know if I've had a player get 18 rebounds. Have I, Jack? You would know that. Sultan did? Who the hell were we playing? Well, Matt, it can't be then for letting that happen. But 18 rebounds, 17 points is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I mean, but he didn't guard like he needed to guard. And to be honest with you, didn't hit shots that I think he can hit and make. He was a bear on the boards. And I didn't think some other guys were as good on the boards. I thought they did a better job. So those are 5 or 6 really impressive things that they'll get credit for. It just won't be tonight.
Earlier you mentioned fat and sassy and some of the second half tendencies that you saw that are concerning. But as a coach and kind of knowing what buttons to press on a team to get them to play at their potential and to the highest level later in the season, how did you sort of learn to put those pieces together? Is that through experience? Is that through mentorship? Where did that come from?
It came from studying coaches all over the country in every sport. But tonight, I say this often. It's never bad when I'm mad at a player compared to how bad it is when I'm mad at myself. So get something straight here. I did not do a very good job at halftime. It's my job to make sure my team is ready to play at halftime. Now, if we become a great team, the leadership in that team takes that on. But I am part of that leadership. So don't think I'm blaming somebody else before I'm blaming myself, because they go home right now. I'm going upstairs to beat the hell out of myself on why, as I watch this film. So I'm going to take care of myself first and figure out what I didn't do a good job of at halftime. I'm going to meet my staff. But for those 3 guys defensively to play like they did the second half, it's not acceptable. So I'm the first leader. As I said, when the head dies, the body follows. So I must have died at halftime. I got to do a better job myself, and then they do, because this was a chance to, hopefully get our offense going a little bit, get some things going a little bit, get some guys some experience a little bit. And it really didn't turn out that way because of a lack of effort by the coach and the players in the second half. And it's my job to figure out which button to push to fix that. And I promise you that'll get worked on.
Tom, if Jack starts to feel good about the 18 rebounds, you tell him Kelser had 27 in his first Big Ten game.
There you go.
Going back.
I'm sure that'll do a lot, Jack. Since these guys, no insult, but since these guys don't really, know who did what back 2 days ago. It's live in the moment for these guys, and so I think I'll tell him that on the side, but I think I'll tell him what he's got to do better to start with.
What's the biggest thing the guys have to do better between now and Tuesday?
Oh man, if we play like this, we're gonna get killed. If you think that's coach speak, I don't really care. Here, look me in the eye. If we play like this, we'll get killed. I mean, they're a very good team. They have 9 and 10 deep. They are athletic. I'll go into them later. I only watched them once so far. But we have to guard better. Coop can guard off the dribble. He can guard the ball screens. I don't know what happened tonight, but we didn't do as good a job on that. Okay, Jackson struggles with it a little bit more, but we just have to do a better job than we did. We put a lot of pressure on Jeremy on all those ball screens, a lot of pressure on him, and I'm just happy that he responded like he did. I mean, everybody knows, Jeremy is different personality. One that him and I butted heads just like Cleves and I, Walton and I, Lucas and I. I mean, that never changes because your quarterback is your quarterback. But tonight he took a major step because things went wrong. He was still really good in the huddle. So I'm proud of Jeremy. And by the way, I mean, Cohen was the first guy that he took a lot of blame the second half. Every huddle, and he came out. We gave up 5 points so quick it made my head spin. So, well, got to do a better job. I don't know. What's
You
a
always
better
talk
job?
about self-assessment, how important that is, and you talk about the second half. Is there anything that you could have or should have done different?
Well, the old me, the fun me, the good me, I'd have ranted and raved, and I would have probably sub 5 guys. And, you got to be a little more delicate now because people are a little softer now. And so I have to be softer in public. Not tomorrow morning, I don't.
Wondering about the early part of the game in particular.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned about the start and how well you came out. I noticed you kind of stuck with the starters a little longer past that first media timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how you're feeling in terms of working that rotation, if that's the kind of similar to where you expect that to settle into.
Yeah, that's what Doug Wojcik was mostly upset about because second half we were really trying to get into a rotation. We're struggling. We, at the 2 spot, we're struggling. We understand that. And, what was really good about the first half is we were playing with energy and we were playing with some consistency and we still weren't making shots. That's hard to do that. It really is, in fairness to the players. It's hard to do that. But I just didn't think we did that the second half, so I'll take a look at it on film. I'll decide, but when you miss 2 free throws in a row sometimes, especially guys that can make them and have made them, it begins to grind at you, and it brings you down a little bit. So I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you, Jack, or you, but I will say that I better get an answer. So that's why, when a team comes out like that at halftime, put it all on the coach. That's my job. My job is to get them ready to play. That is my job. If they miss shots, you can put it on me because everybody does, but they miss shots. They miss free throws. They miss free throws, But if they don't come out with the energy, that falls right here. And I deserve, you won't criticize me as much as I'll criticize me, so have a field day, try it.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about what you hope Jeremy Fears can become as a leader on the court. He always finding the right guy and facilitating. What do you hope he can become for everybody else on the team?
Well, I hope he keeps growing. You know, I've got a perfect example of Jeremy. It was Mateen, and it was a long time ago that none of you, some of you weren't even born probably. But I know what he can do, and I know what he's capable of doing. As I've said before, you know, the injury he had, it's amazing how he's bounced back still. But it's been frustrating for him and sometimes for us and sometimes for you. But what I think he can be is a guy that can run a team. I think he can lead a team. I think he's improved his shooting a lot, not because he hit those threes. He missed some in the last game. I'm talking about what I see in practice every day. And he's become a phenomenal free throw shooter. And I feel good about that. And his assist to turnovers, I mean, he had that one turnover to Coop. That would have been a lob, dunk. A couple guys missed some wide open shots. I mean, that's a 12-13 assist night for him if things were normal. And that's our goal for him, to make him a double-double guy that can guard a lot of people.
Coach, looking at next week, what's the initial message to the group just before you guys get into film and everything leading up to Champions Classic? What's the initial message, first reactions leading up to that matchup? I know you haven't dived into film quite yet, but
I haven't dove in enough to know everything about him. I just watched him on TV once, and that's about it. But you just have to play better consistently. We let the dribble drives get us a little bit, where the first half we did a pretty good job. And then as soon as we got a little lazy and the gaps got bigger and the way we play, so I say we got to play for 40 minutes. And I think we have to do that by rotating some guys. We have to have a rotation. Even tonight, I don't think everybody can play 30 minutes yet. I really don't. I think we have to do a better job of rotating them in. But guys got to have an opportunity to come in. They don't have to play great in some ways, but they got to bring it. They just got to bring their energy. They got to bring their enthusiasm. They got to run the lanes. They got to do things. We'll start making shots. We had good shots tonight. If there's another plus, I thought we took a couple of bad shots, a couple in 60 shots. That's not bad. I thought we had good enough shots. And that means the offense is working better than you think. But if the ball doesn't go in, it doesn't look like it.
Obviously, your freshmen have had some pretty good performances to start this season. What were your thoughts just from Scott and Ward tonight?
Yeah.
It's not going to pop.
I mean,
but.
they too, they ran pretty good offense stuff. He's always a very good offensive coach, and they just kept running that 5 out. And it hurt Cam a little bit. He hasn't been experienced enough. But I thought both of them played okay. They just, Jordan missed a couple of wide open shots that he normally makes. And yet they played 12 and 15 minutes, and that's pretty damn good, for freshmen and yet I think they're going to be playing more. We're gonna get those two guys rotating in there more. We're trying to find the rotation we want. Like we always do, you try to give certain guys a chance first, and then you adjust from there. So, listen, we're going to get better. There are moments, not just slight moments, but there are moments when I thought we looked really good. Ball was moving, passing. At halftime, we had a high number of assists on baskets, rebounded well. We did a lot of good things. I just can't believe that you'd come out the second half and let that happen. And I swear to you, I mean this. I'm mad at me and my staff more than I'm mad at the players. But they better hang on if that's what they need. If that's what they need to play harder, then I got to bring it. Anything else?